So, what are your hours?
My hours is from 6:30 to 3 o'clock.
Okay. Why did you leave today at 2:45?
I didn't leave at 2:45.
You did.
I did not leave at 2:45.
We were calling you.
When I left,
What time do you think you left?
When I left, when I was leaving out that door.
What time do you think you left?
When I was leaving out that door, it
What
was
time do you think you left?
2:52 when I was going out that door.
Because you left early.
I didn't leave early because I was here early.
What time do you work till? What are your hours?
Miss Hoffman,
What
the
time-
fire people that was here this morning
Jonathan.
was outside. They had to get in the building.
Stop talking. Jonathan, what are your hours? What are your hours? I just want to hear them again. What are they?
I told you my hours already.
Tell me again.
From 6:30 to 3 o'clock.
6:30 to 3 o'clock. Okay, and you left early today.
I didn't leave early.
Did you leave before 3 o'clock?
I left before 3 o'clock.
But why?
For the simple fact I had to come in here this morning because the fire people was out there outside, sitting outside in their cars, and they had to get in the building to do the fire alarm.
Okay.
So I had to come in the building at 6:15. Miss Beckett, both of us came at the same time. When I had
Who
to let them
told
in.
you to come at 6:15?
It's not.
Who told you to come at
It's not.
6:15?
It's not that I wanted to come in at 6:15, Miss Hoffman. I was sitting outside, and the fire people was outside waiting in the car to get inside the
Then
building.
they wait. We are not open until 6:30.
So they wait. They have to wait until 6:30 to get inside the building to do the fire alarms.
If they don't have a key.
Okay, now it's making more sense. It's titled Jonathan Holley was forced to resign as a janitor at Webb Bridge Middle School for leaving work 8 minutes early. So in his case, he's trying to say that, hey, I started 15 minutes early because the fire department was out there. So just reading that caption, you would think, oh no, why would they do such a thing? It's like he's trying to let the fire department in to cut off the fire alarm. Let's be real. Now, on the surface, you would say, no, he shouldn't get fired. But you don't know how many times he left work early. You don't know his work history. You don't know that this could be the straw that broke the middle school back and say, you know what, enough is enough. He got to get out of here. You don't know his work history. He might be Mr. Tardy. He might like to be late all the time. And you know what happens when you late at work all the time? Even if you could come to work on time for a year. But once you come to work that late, that one time again, it's like your whole history of being late just thrown back in your face. He could have been on his last limit. This was the daggone opportunity that they took to get rid of him because they probably already wanted to get rid of him. Now, if this is an unfair situation where they just singling him out, that's messed up. But sometimes you got to look past the surface because a lot of times, and I've been in situations where guys that show up for work late every single day or every other day. Their mother died 3 times. The car caught on fire. It blew up. They got in a car accident, but so happened the very next day they was able to buy the same car. So.
The building is not open until 6:30. You don't adjust your hours just because you feel like it.
I didn't do it because I felt like it, Miss Hoffman. I was doing it to help the fire people to get inside the building.
Who told you to open the building early? Did your boss, Susan Opferman, tell you to start your hours early today?
I was not supposed to start my hours early today, but like I was telling you, the fire people had to get inside. They were sitting out there for almost an hour.
Who is your boss? Is your boss Susan Opferman or the fire marshal? Who is your boss?
Miss Hoffman, you was my boss. I never said you was my boss. I explained my hours to you.
6:30 to 3.
Yes.
Okay, and we needed you at 2:45, and we're calling you on the walkie, and I called you on the phone finally because nobody could find you, and the guy said you left early.
No, I did not leave early. I had just left when they said that. I had just left.
Jonathan, if you left before 3 o'clock, you left early.
And what a lot of times though, like, and this is how she got him on the technicality. Like, if you don't have a good relationship with your employer and they trying to get rid of you, so a lot of things they can and can't do. They got to try to avoid situations where they could get a lawsuit, right? So they might not like you and might want to get rid of you, even if it's because you're black, you're white, you're fat, you're skinny, you're old, you're young, or whatever the case may be. They want to get rid of you. It's still ways they got to go about it. They just can't fire you. You understand what I'm saying? So now when you, I said that to say, when you get hired on these jobs and you're signing you signing paperwork, you go through orientation, you get a handbook and you sign a handbook, right? You're agreeing to whatever time the start and finish time is. You're agreeing to whatever the rules and regulations is. You're agreeing to whatever policies they have. So in that contract, you're binded to that, and that's what they use against you. And that's why she's saying she probably, I don't know if she knows she's being recorded or not. It looked like it's two people in the room. I see a forehead and her face or whatever the case may be. But that's why she's walking them down the path of what time you're supposed to start and what time you get off. And his argument in this case is, hey, I was letting the fire department in. And then she's going to go as far as say, hey, I needed you a quarter of the time you got off and you wasn't around. And I had to call you on the cell phone. So she got him on a technicality. So that's why you got to be careful when you work in these places. And especially if like a school or a hospital, you got a lot of movement. You don't necessarily have somebody breathing down your neck. You kind of get too loose and too comfortable. Ain't nobody going to realize I'm gone. He didn't talk that over with his boss. Because if he did, they would have knew he was leaving. You got to cover your ass. And I'm going to say this, like making videos like this is good for content, but it's not going to get you your job back or no money. You're done.
Before your shift was done.
So let me explain this to you. From yesterday when we had the meeting, I didn't get out here until 3:15.
Why?
Because you had us in the meeting.
No, I finished on time.
No, it wasn't. When I left out that door, that's the time I left out that door.
Yesterday.
Okay.
I did. I made it a point to finish on time yesterday because I do not want to keep you past your hours.
It was when I left out the building, Miss Opferman. It was past 3 o'clock.
I don't know what you were doing between when you left that room at 3 o'clock to when you left this building.
Okay.
That's another thing. You don't get paid to come in the door and get to your workstation, and you don't get paid like he wouldn't be paid from the time the meeting was over until it took him to get to the door. He thinking at 3 o'clock or whatever time he get off, he should be out the door. Let me tell you something. Being on time is kind of like being late. If you start at 6:30, you should be to work 6:15. A lot of places want you at the station when work begins. But if you come early, a good work ethic is to be early. Granted, you're not getting paid for it, but you should be at work at least 10, 15 minutes early. Let's just be realistic. I don't care how you try to explain it, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. You should always try to be to work at least 10, 15 minutes early. That's just being a responsible adult. Now, in his situation with time being worked over, he should have said something like, how you want me to write my time down? Are you going to pay me for the 15 minutes? If the meeting was over at 3:15 like he said, he supposed to say something. The same way he should have said something as far as him starting early. So now he got two arguments. He started early to let the fire department in, and the day before he left late. So he's saying like, really, y'all owe me a half an hour. So he should have had a conversation with her like, look, I'm going to take this half an hour Friday. I'm going to leave at 2:30. But he didn't. But now she got him up in the web.
But I did not give you permission to leave early today. You left before your shift was over. You left before your shift was completed. Your shift finishes at 3 o'clock. The only one that changes your schedule is me. The only person that gives permission for your schedule to be different from 6:30 to 3 is me. They are not your boss. I am very upset that you did not work your full shift today.
Okay, so if this is going to be on me, you might as well get everybody else that leave the same time or leave early then too.
And now he going to snitch on everybody. Now he going to tell on everybody because he got hemmed up. Now he going to tell on everybody. The jig is up now. He going to tell on everybody because he got hemmed up. So he used three defenses. First defense is, hey, I had to let the fire department in early, so I left early. Oh, not only that, I had to leave 15 minutes late the day before. And now, you going to say something to me? What about everybody else? And I'm going to be real honest. As a man, personal accountability. Personal accountability, my fault. The best thing is to tell the truth. If he would have said, look, I worked over, I just thought it was all right to leave. You know what? I should have said something to you. That'll never happen again. You fight fire with fire unless you saying fuck the job. But when you get hemmed up, yo, you caught. It's like getting chased by the police, right? And then you get caught. And you like, everybody come out. We caught. But they only found you. Everybody come out. Crazy.
Me, it seems like I'm being picked out.
Well, we needed you
Every
today.
time, Miss Offman, you always picking me out the bunch.
Jonathan,
It seems like you're harassing me right now. You seem like I'm being harassed because it's every time I come in here.
You're not being harassed.
I'm always in the meetings with you, and you always seem to be yelling and screaming at me, always telling me this, that, and the third, and it's getting to that.
Not one time did this lady raise her voice. Not one time. And that's now he's feel like he's being harassed because he left work early and they reached out to him and he was nowhere to be found. Dude, yo, if I could find a reason to take up for you in this situation, I would, but I can't. You're wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. If you're gonna move like yo, sometimes when you caught, you caught. Not this.
That frustration point.
Jonathan, I am not harassing you.
Yes, you are, Miss Offman. Yes, you are. You are harassing me.
Okay, we're finished.
You are, Miss Offman.
We're finished.
Every time I come into this meeting with you, it's always something I'm doing. But what about everybody else? What everybody else is doing?
This meeting's done. Please stop yelling at me.
I'm not yelling. I'm just voicing my frustration because just like you frustrated with me, I'm frustrated too.
I'm frustrated that you left before your 3 o'clock shift was over and this meeting is finished.
But you don't understand the fact that I was here.
The 10 minutes that you left earlier are now done. The 10 minutes that you owed the school are now finished. So, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll let you know what HR says.
Okay.
Like your first job is like your first car. You're going to crash it up. You're going to scratch it up. And you learn how to treat that car. You learn how to park it without scratching the rims all up. You learn how to keep the maintenance up from all the trial and error. That's how it is kind of with the first job. You learn how to deal with a boss, good and bad. You get written up. You understand that you got to deal with personalities. You understand that it's not going to always be fair, not going to always go your way. And you make mistakes. You quit and don't got another job backed up. You do all kinds of different things. But by the time you're on that third job, and it might be that job of your lifetime, that job that puts you where you need to be, you already worked all that out your system. I got to be to work on time. I can't call out all the time. My mother can't die 3 times. The same, you can't drive the car to work the next day that blew up the day before that you called out. You can't keep saying that you're sick. So I don't know this man's situation personally, and even if they did have it out for him, he gave them ammunition. He gave them. If he's sitting there knowingly saying, yeah, I'm always in all these meetings, I'm always this, I'm always that, I feel like I'm being singled out. If you know you're being singled out, why put yourself in position? Why move funny if you know you're being watched? Why not just follow the rules and fly under the radar? No, you push the envelope, and she got you. And she's happy. She's not yelling and screaming. She calm because she know the next move is check fucking mate.